All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson of how alone the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video to the Babylonian slave. All right. And when I say the Babylonian slave, I'm talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians. All right, who are that are in America, really scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. Because it doesn't matter where you are. If you're from so-called Negro, Latino, or Native and Seminole Indian descent, you're a slave. All right, because our top enemy, Esau, Edom, the scripture say the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So the whole earth right now, the Most High is put in the hands of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world right now. All right, you're a slave. All right, believe it or not. All right, you're a slave. No matter if you're here in Babylon the Great, if you're in the South Americas, in Puerto Rico, or um, wherever, Spain, Europe, wherever. All right, the land of Ham, Africa, Russia. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're of so-called Negro, Latino, and Native and Seminole Indian descent, you are a slave. Especially if you're here in Babylon the Great, the land of our captivity, the land of the North, spiritual Egypt. All right, which again the true name of this place is Babylon the Great. All right, aka America. All right, and Lord wills, the brothers can see on the screen. I have this I don't know what to call it, a speech I guess from Frederick Douglass. All right, that he gave um on July 5th, 1852. All right, and it's called the meaning. It's like the meaning of the 4th of July for the Negro. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and read some of it to get a couple of scriptures because as brothers know, today is the 4th of July. All right, the day that Babylon, which is the true name again of Babylon, America, which again is the true name of this place, America, is really the land Babylon the Great, or the daughter of Babylon. All right, today is the 4th of July, when America celebrates um basically their Independence Day from Great Britain or whatever in 1776, which you were still a slave. You so-called Negroes were still slaves here in America in hardcore bondage. So you have nothing to celebrate. All right, so this guy Frederick Douglass, all right, wrote a speech. All right, and I'm gonna read some of it. It says the meaning. I'm pretty sure brothers out there have seen this before, but it says the meaning of the of July 4th for the Negro, a speech given by Frederick Douglass in Rochester, New York, on July 5th, 1852, is read by Danny Glover. In the famous speech, Douglass says, "What to the American slave, the Babylonian slave, is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that revealeth to him more than all the other days in the year, the gross injustice and cruelty of which he is a constant victim. To him, your celebration is a shame." Right, and it is. All right, especially if you so hard Negroes, you got nothing to celebrate, man. What are you independent from? You're not independent from anything. In the curses, Deuteronomy 28, 64, it says that it's like in 48, it says that you're gonna serve your enemy in the one of all things. All right, so what are you independent from? You're not independent from anything. You're a slave. All right. Uh, it's like where was I at? You're boasting liberty and unholy license. Your national greatness, swelling vanity. Your sound of rejoicing are empty and heartless. Of tyrants, brass, uh, fronted impudence. Your shout of liberty and equality, hollow mockery. Your prayers and homilies, your sermons and thanksgivings, with your religious parties, and it's like I thought it froze up on me. Solitary are to him more bombast, fraud, deceit, hypocrisy, a thin veil to cover up crimes. Which you right? How did you get America? How did you get America in the first place? You stole it. You stole America, man. All right. You came over here, stole the land, and now celebrating the independence that you got. That's crazy, man. All right, that's straight up crazy. More fire going up. All right, a thin veil to cover up crimes which would disgrace a nation which would disgrace a nation of savages. There is not a nation on the ground on the earth Salakia guilty of practices more shocking and bloody than are the people of the United States at this very hour. Read full speech. Let me read that part there again. It says, on the earth guilty of practice. It's like there is not a nation on the earth guilty of practices more shocking and bloody than are the people of the United States at this very hour, especially the crimes committed against us, the Israelites. All right, how did this devil get this land? He murdered and massacred the so-called Native and Seminole Indians. All right, then he came to the western shores of Africa. It's like he came to the western shores of Africa, put the southern kingdom on cargo slave ships, so-called Negroes and Haitians and Jamaicans or whatever, West Indians or Trinidadians or whatever, the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and brought us on cargo slave ships over here to serve captivity, which was all about a prophecy. But the scriptures say that Esau helped forward the affliction because he took it overboard and with the stuff that he was doing. All right. So what do you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians celebrate? You're still a slave, man. Niggas outside barbecuing, niggas outside, seeing niggas with flags, with a button-up flag. What do you celebrate? You're not independent from anything. You're still a slave to this man. All right. And the spirit, when the spirit has definitely died down for not just the 4th of July, really all these holidays. The spirit has really died down. There's not really, there's some people out there barbecuing and doing things, but as a whole, nobody's really doing anything. One, because they can't afford it due to the inflation, which Biden just came out and said that the inflation is going to last as long as it takes for Ukraine to beat Russia, which they getting their ass smoked over there. All right. So really, because of the inflation and people can't really travel because the gas is so high. So the Lord said that He's going to cause the mirth to cease, but you still got so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians out there celebrating the 4th of July. All right. Which in 1776 you were still a slave, man. All right. Let me get this first. This is since I mentioned that, this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse verse 16. Thou art full with shame of glory. It's like it. Start a little further up. Okay, let's start at 8. I'm gonna jump down. This Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Right? Because thou hast spoiled many nations. Right? Esau spoiled many nations, including us. All right. Again, who's occupying this land of America? Um, who was occupying this land before Esau came over here? All right. To the North Americas and to the South Americas, Columbus and to the South Americas and all of that, and then what was Henry Hudson and the Dutch and the U.S. cavalry, all them 49ers and all them devils before they came over here. All right, who was occupying the lands? All right, so-called Native and Seminole Indians. All right, but he spoiled them, took the land, pushed them in reservations, and now walking around like he's this was rightfully his land, which he stole it. All right, and he has the nerve to celebrate something called Independence Day. All right, celebrate his independence from Great Britain, which he's a thief. He stole it. He had no business being here anyway. All right, he doesn't belong in Great Britain either. He shouldn't be in Great Britain. He belongs in the Caucasus, in Mount Petra, south of the land of Judah. All right, that's where he belongs, in Mount Petra. All right, but like I said, he spoiled many nations. All right, and all the remnant of people shall spoil thee because of men's blood. Scriptures say, make a chain for the bloody crimes, for the land is full of make a chain for the bloody crimes of the land. Roughly paraphrasing. All right, this place was founded on blood. This place was founded on violence, and it's going to go down by violence, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. All right, woe to him that covereth a evil covetousness into his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Let me jump down. Okay, verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. Who did that? Esau did. America was established on bloodshed, man. All right, and established a city by iniquity, which is what Esau did. All right. Let's jump down a little bit. Slack it, jump up a little bit. Slack it. Thought that was in the second chapter, but second verse, but second chapter, Salaki. I think it is. Salaki, brothers. Speaks about shameful spewing. No, I'm skipping right over it, man. Yeah, Salakia 16, but Salakia, the second Esdras, Salakia, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16, thou art full with shame of glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand should be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be upon our glory, right? Shameful spewing should be upon our glory, like the 4th of July, all right? 1776, so-called Negroes were still in slavery, still in chains, all right? What else? Columbus Day, all right? Now they're trying to change that to Indigenous Day. All right. They celebrated the life of a murderer, man, a thief and a murderer, man. But that's that shameful spewing being put on their glory. Independence Day. All right. All people were still in slavery, man. So they're trying to know a lot of Edomites out there are ashamed of that, man. All right. And again, it's like days like Columbus Day and things like that. That's what they're trying to change it to Indigenous Day. But it don't make no difference. It still happened. It's still history, man. It happened, and you're gonna have to pay for it. All right, 1776. All right, the 4th of July, Independence Day. All right, we were still in slavery, man. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native, so-called blacks were still in slavery, man. And Latinos and Native and Seminole Indians were still slaves. All right, under you. All right. But yeah, man, Esau's gonna have to pay for that. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, you have nothing to celebrate, man. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 65. But among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. Right? What were you doing in 1776? So-called black man. What were you doing there? Think you was out there popping, barbecuing and having a good time with the having a good time? But you think you were doing in 1776? You was in the cotton fields, man. So like the Lord said, among these nations thou shalt find no ease. All right. Neither shall thy soul foot, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. Right? You could still in 1776, you niggas was still getting hung, man, hung in trees. Verse 66, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life. Right? 1776. Well, come on. You think you could walk the streets? Think you would have a beer or whatever and walk or drink and walk the streets and not freely in 1776? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians could walk the streets of America or Babylon the Great freely, man? In 1776? No. Niggas will put you in a tree, man. All right? Hang you upside down. All right? Or hang you by your neck, Salakia. So what are you celebrating, man? All right? And in the morning thou shalt say, with Yahweh it were evening, and the evening thou wilt say, it with Yahweh it were morning. For the fear of thy heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thy eyes which thou shalt see. Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man should buy you. Right? That's the transatlantic slave trade. All right? when our ancestors were brought here against their will on cargo slave ships to serve slavery. All right. In 1776, our people were still slaves, man. So you jakes out there had nothing to celebrate, man. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to you brothers out there pushing this truth and sincerity. With that, I'm going to say shalom.